Welcome in another episode. Beautiful weather today. I'm going to the garden and I want to show you something before I go there. So this is the bench we bought last year. This bench we only covered with protective oil because we wanted to keep the original color of the wood, but can you see that? There is a mold everywhere, and to be honest I'm pretty disappointed because it didn't last long. We have to sand everything and renew the whole bench soon. But to compare the situation, 2 years ago we bought almost the same bench to the first part of the garden, and I will show you how it looks right now. So let's go there together. Access to our first part of the garden is limited because of this temporary fence. We need it to protect the whole construction, to keep it safe, but let's go together. So here is our first bench, which we bought 2 years ago, as I said, and we protected it with the paint, not oil, and I think it looks very good right now. It's more weatherproof than the oil, or the oil was just a poor quality. I don't know that yet. Why did we change the protective paint to protective oil? It's because of the color. We didn't like 100% this gray color. We thought that maybe the brown color, the color of the natural wood would match better the whole area. And we ask you also on the Instagram which color do you like more, the gray one or the brown one, and you almost all said that the brown is more natural and it's nicer, so we wanted to keep the natural color of the wood. That's why we changed the paint to protective oil, but as you can see the paint is much weatherproof than the oil we chose. Maybe the oil was the poor quality, I'm not sure about that. We will check that, but for now we think what we should do with these two benches, because for sure the one nearby the house needs renewing this spring, so we have to really think about it, what to do. But let's not waste our precious time, because we have the sun and I want to take care of the plants today. The forecast said that it may rain today. I don't think it's gonna rain, but let's use this time well and let's take care of the plants. But before that, quick checkup. So once again we are in our first part of the garden. So it was planted, oh my god, I don't know, 2 years ago. The time flies so fast, but yes, I believe 2 years ago already. And look how big is this grass. Perfection. This is the lavender. It grows very well. So the whole path of the lavender. We are very proud of this part of the garden, even if it's not finished yet. Okay. So remember this view and how big is this lavender, because in a couple of minutes I will show you the lavender which we planted during last fall. And you will see the comparison of the size. Once again, lavender. Here we have rosemary, and I don't know how it can be bigger and bigger every time I come here. Look at this. This is my hand and this is a rosemary. Okay, can you see that? This one, it's something like the palm tree. We will take off this foil later. And rosemary once again, but different kind of rosemary. Okay, and olive oil which have to be pruned. We have about 20 olive trees and all of them needs to be pruned. We should do this in February, but we hadn't time to do it, so I really need to do this in March. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's go to the newer part of the garden, nearby technical room. Once again, our fence. Okay. And 1, 2, 3. And this is the newer part of the garden and the current status. So we need to prune some of the plants, remove the weeds. A lot of plants are blooming right now, so it's a good time to cut them a little bit. Before cutting the plants which we have there, we will plant some herbs which I bought recently, but we need some tools to do that. Let's go find it. So we need this and seeds. So herbs and vegetables are planted. Maybe I will add one more flower pot within next few days, because I have a lot of seeds and I didn't use that much as I thought I will use in these flower pots. So let's change tools and we can take care of the flowers we have in the garden. We have new tools. I have this and the newest device. We bought it last fall to cut all the lavender and grass, and it worked really well. that one. Finished. I've just realized that we probably never told you this before. We've never told what is our inspiration for the garden. So, as you might notice, we use a lot of plants that don't require much care. We want to have colorful garden, but also in symbiosis with nature. And recently I found the best keywords that describes this style of the garden, and it's called perennial garden. But to describe it better, I show you here some inspirations on the photos, and this one is, I think, the most perfect and matches the most our thoughts. I feel like this photo shows our hill where we want to place the pool in the future. It looks almost the same, so it's a perfect inspiration. There is a 3-day gap between the previous footage and this one, and it was enough to gain very first flower this season in Borgo Barotti. Look here. Okay, so let's prepare together this part of the garden for the spring. I asked you on the Instagram, what do you think I should do with this grass? Should I cut it to 0 or just remove the dead leaves? Most of you said that the second option is better, so today we will remove only dead leaves. Maybe it would be easier to cut this grass to 0, but last year we didn't cut the grass which is in the first part of the garden, and it grows really well. So I think that option number 2, so removing only dead leaves, is a very good decision. We lost one lavender, but new part is growing here, so that's okay. We can rescue it. Done.